Welcome back to JJSC, also known as Jaden Jesse Sports Center. And our question is, have you guys ever watched the NFL game and just yell at your TV screen over bad officiating? Well, I'm here with,
Jesse Estrella.
and we're going to talk about the most controversial moments. On September 24th, 2012, the Green Bay Packers led the Seattle Seahawks 12-7 with 8 seconds left remaining in the game. The Seattle Seahawks found themselves on the 24-yard line in dire need of a touchdown to walk away from CenturyLink Field victorious. What happened next, however, led to one of the league's biggest controversies.
Now that takes us on to episode one, the Fail Mary.
You watched that game in 2012 when the Seattle Seahawks played the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I did.
How was your reaction to that game? Because obviously you know about that crazy moment that happened, right? So
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to hear from you because I know you're a Green Bay Packers fan, my
Yeah.
brother. So I'm trying to hear from you. Let me know.
Alright, so what I thought was like it was crazy because I thought they were gonna review it even more than what they normally were because you know how they take like a minute or so to review what they were like, oh, to check if it was a touchdown or incompletion or a pick, you know. But here they decided to like not review it, and it's crazy because I'm like, okay, you have one touchdown, one yes touchdown, and one no incompletion. So I'm like, okay, that's where you review it even deeply into it, you know. Because if you look at the clip, it shows that MJ Jennings, who was a former cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, had his hands on the ball while Golden Tate was like already going onto the ground without the ball in his hands. So yeah,
Yeah, and then, coming back to me, I seen that we had a lot of replacement refs that game. So, Wayne Elliott stated that in one of the interviews after the game, he stated they were taught during their replacement training that towards the end of the game, you don't throw the flag, just let it play off. So I wonder, like, what if the ref really threw the flag when he wasn't taught that type of stuff, to like play the game
yeah.
fairly and call it no matter how many seconds or minutes are left on the clock? Like, would the game be different to you, honestly?
I think it would because I'm like if he threw the flag, then I would have been like no good, no touchdown. So the Packers would have beaten the Seahawks 12-6, right? But what's it called? But decided to rule no penalty, no nothing, which is crazy. But in my head, I'm like, okay, you're you're a ref. You're supposed to teach them the exact same thing, replacement or not. So what's the point of teaching them something? I didn't. I got some questions for you too. What was your reaction to when they called the touchdown and no touchdown? Like what was your thought process on it?
Like by the refs?
Yeah, by the refs.
My thought process was kind of hard. I didn't know what to believe, honestly. Like, I was kind of like, damn, interception. But then out of nowhere, it was just boom, touchdown,
Hmm.
And I kind of freaked out, because obviously, like Russell Wilson was my idol when that time happened.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was like, obviously I was happy for the moment, but as I got older, like I really think about it now, it's like that was an interception, Jesse.
yeah. Yeah, I know, I saw that too.
So like now digging deeper into it, like after that situation happened, like obviously I was a little young, so like
You're cheering. You're like, oh
I was like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, my team won. But on a serious note, like on a mature level now, that was an interception for sure.
yeah.
The referees really, 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 really rigged that game.
Yeah, they sold.
I think Packers should have won that game because that was perfect defense. Bad ball by Russell.
Yeah,
Honestly, just be
cause
honest, because last play of the game, you got to send it up. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's all or nothing.
yeah.
Obviously, it was good for the Seahawks to win. And obviously, Seahawks can't complain about that situation. But as as a person of football, I would have been mad honestly as a Green Bay
Oh
Packer.
yeah, I would have been. I would Loki would have been like really mad because I mean, you work your butt off every day at practice just to go to a game, and then at the end of the game, you get robbed basically an interception or at least an incompletion. Because what the Packers was 7-1 at that time,
I think so about that.
and then just because of that game, they went 7-2. So I mean, where does that make sense? Like, how is that clear enough?
Right. And honestly, like, how would you feel like working your butt off, and like almost the whole day studying film, coming home, sleep for maybe like 6 hours a day, 4 hours a day, and then losing
Over
to
a bad call.
to a referee? Like
Yeah,
the referees controlled that game,
they really did.
and as at the end of the day, players should dictate what
Hmm,
happens,
hmm,
and referees should just be there to call whatever the players dictated.
hmm.
And I feel like referees dictated that game, and I just feel bad, and obviously, we're in high school,
Hmm.
so if a referee didn't call an interception that should have been an interception for us, I would be pissed too.
I mean, Loki, yeah, I agree because I'm like, you're like you said, you work your butt off. You watch film 24/7 almost. You can barely get any sleep, and then you get prepped for the game, and you're like, oh yeah, we got this in the bag. As the Packers, what was the score? 6-12.
It was 12-7 at that
I mean,
time.
yeah, 12-7. And then at the end of the day, they call it a touchdown. You're like, and then at that point, you feel disappointed, not in the team, but like in the refing, like because I'm like, okay, once again, they're replacement refs, but it doesn't matter the replacement refs. They should have taught them the exact same things they teach non-replacement refs. That's what I think. That's the thought process in mind.
Yeah, that process was hard. Like, after doing some research and finding out, like, Wayne Elliott, one of the referees, obviously, one of the
Mm-hmm.
replacement referees that really called the game when he called. Um, I think he should have done a better job. Just understanding that whatever they teach you is wrong.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should call everything, no matter how many seconds is left. Because every call that a referee makes matters.
Mm-hmm.
That dictates the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I feel like for him to like just to be like, oh, it's whatever, end of the game, whatever, they win. That's just pathetic to me,
Yeah.
embarrassing. Horrible. Like that means you don't love your job.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is to just call the truth of the game.
Yeah.
Not call the false calls and all that. BS. You know what I
Agree.
mean?
Agree.
So like I said, I just feel as a kid I felt good, but as a adult now, like getting older,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
kind of feel like that should
Like,
have been
yeah,
a
like they
bad
got
call.
they got robbed. Yeah. Okay.
It was good sitting down with our host of the whole podcast, Jesse Estrella, and me, the co-host Jaden Saley. Um, thank you all for listening to us speak about one of the old controversial moments, and just stay updated. We'll be around,
Yeah, we'll be here and there.
and thank you guys for listening. Shout out JJSC, Jaden Jesse Sports Center.